Hello everyone, my name is Alita Gonzalez and this is our Module 6 signature assignment of my future goals as an educational studies major. Extra little introduction, my name is Alita Gonzalez and I am an ASU online student from Austin, Texas. I have been at ASU for 3 years as part of the SCAP scholarship provided for my employment, which is Starbucks. I am close to graduating under a bachelor's degree for educational studies. Since I was younger, I've always been inspired by my teachers growing up. I have grown a passion for wanting to become an educator, and it has encouraged me to not only reach my goals, but to face on any challenges to come. And for that, I am using my degree to get a career as an educator for a secondary education level. So what are some strengths that I will have to use when it comes to my career choice? As a future educator, one tool that I learned during this course and what I want to take into consideration as I progress through my career is emotional literacy. Emotional literacy is the ability to be real, open, and honest, and have the courage and finesse to be aware of your surroundings, especially when it comes to an individual's emotions. Not only are students learners, but they're individuals themselves. They carry on so many emotions, feelings, and values. And as an educator, I want to be able to take the stand and allow them to not only look at me as a guide or as a mentor, but to also depend on me and seek the assistance and support they need throughout their educational route. By being able to show the sympathy that they need, provide care and support for them, and to be able to not only connect but engage with them in their learning, I want to be able to push them to succeed in their lives. And with emotional literacy also comes the ability to be able to provide intuition and recognize certain patterns that makes you subconsciously aware of the emotions and feelings of the people around you. Like I said before, our students and even the people around us hold values, their own customs and their own backgrounds. And as a future educator, I will be wanting to meet these people. I want the opportunity to not only be aware of their strengths and weaknesses, to look at their hopes and dreams, but be able to want them to express themselves, to have the willing to achieve those goals. And by taking the time to recognize what makes them smile, what gets them excited, and what's an inspiration for them, I will not only be able to connect with them, but grow relationships with them and support them on their journey of life. Now, what does leadership mean as an educator? To be an educator, you must be able to take on the role as a leader, a guide, and a mentor for your students. Students are learners. They want to learn about the world around them, about the people who inhabit this world, and to learn about themselves and who they can become. They want to be able to learn about what they can be passionate about and how they can take that passion and succeed in it in life. So as an educator, I want to be able to take them time to not only maintain an energy and keep them engaged with their learning, but also allow them to be inspired, help them grow along the way, and ensure they are aligned on the route to success by holding that strength and stability across any changes that can come. Educators are also learners, and for that I want to be able to inspire and take the time to learn about my profession and the skills it takes to be able to take that stand. So what is the motivation behind my career choice? To strive for your dreams and to have the passion to achieve them and ongo the value it holds for us, we must be able to stay actively engaged in feeding and cultivating this core desire, building and laying the groundwork behind it. There are many things that have motivated me to commit to a career in education, and it comes from a variety of sources. It can be from the inspiration from my previous educators. For example, my very first teacher, she was able to come and support me along my journey of learning English at an early age. And from that, I was able to not only love reading and writing, but also being able to love the learning that I was taking in. And it pushed me to want to become an educator myself. It also can come from the passion to teach. I love having the time to getting someone to learn about something new and just having that warm feeling of seeing how happy they get when they're able to figure it out. There are so many things. It could be how I want to be able to impact a student's life to even making a difference in the world. And all these samples are motivations of me to become an educator. Now, what are some role models that have pushed me for this career choice? There are a number of role models to follow, especially when it comes to being an educator. Role models are people with amazing social skills who are able to light up a room whenever they go, and they're able to soothe the distress of others and take on the role of a guide and a mentor to help and support people along the way. There are 3 that I wanted to point out as I did my research for this assignment and even my previous assignments in this course. The first one is Anne Sullivan. A lot of you might know that that is actually Helen Keller's instructor and longtime companion as she follows through her career in adulthood. She was able to show that children with disabilities are capable of doing more than what people are assuming, and they're able to live a normal life and go beyond their disabilities. Now for the next one, I might butcher her name, is Maria Montessori. She is an Italian physician and engineer. She changed the way that we viewed education and saw that education comes from a natural learning ability that children carry. She's able to change the way that capabilities of learning can expand and how they can be reached. And finally, for my last role model, I actually wanted to include my first teacher, who was the encouragement to not only grow into my learning, but to also be the first inspiration on becoming an educator. Now, how will I be implementing empathy and advocacy in my career choice? Empathy is a tool that is a necessity for any educator in order to shape a safe and welcoming environment for their students, and even the people around a student's growth and education, such as family, staff, and even more. There are an endless amount of things that an educator can do in order to show empathy in their classroom. As a future educator, I plan on teaching at a secondary level of education, which means maybe focusing on middle schoolers to even high schoolers. Because of the time frame of their life, there's so many things that are going on in their lives themselves. They can be going into puberty, they can be experiencing new social interactions with the people around them, and they are becoming more aware of their future and what is to come. For this, there are many things that I can do to step in and show sort of empathy for them when it comes to maybe dealing with stress, dealing with social issues such as friends, families, and so on, to even helping them be reassured about their future and that they have the capability to succeed in the life that they want to live. And for that, as an educator, you have to look at the facets of empathy from compassion, sympathy, and care. They are essential to any healthy relationship, and to be able to connect with your students and grow that connection, you have to be able to be meaningful and impactful for them. As a future educator, I want to be able to understand my students, acknowledge their emotions and feelings, and reassure them that I am there to support them no matter what. Now, what are some of my noble goals behind being an educator? Being a teacher has and will always be a dream of mine. It has been a career that I believe I can excel in, and I will have the chance to not only demonstrate my skills, but to have an opportunity to be able to make a difference in the world. By creating a goal, it holds a value in civilization like of the North Star, to calibrate our inner compass and help us align our thoughts, feelings, and actions with integrity. And being an educator is nothing different. There are so many goals as an educator that you can set for yourself and through this career, whether it means to make a difference, to expressing your passion for teaching. At the end, a goal is a goal. My goal is, as a future educator, is to allow future generations to question about the world around them. I want to be able to give them the liberty to find out what there is, what to find out, to take the time to understand and care about the world around them, and to be who they want to be. I hope that as I progress into my career, I can meet those goals and expand my dream to something bigger and better. Thank you so much for listening to my presentation. Here are a few references and picture citations of what I used throughout my presentation, and I hope you'll have a great rest of your semester, as now we have come to the end of our term for this course.